no choice. You got Spectrum or you go satellite.
That's weird.
Which I thought about doing what Elon Musk's dish service, his satellite internet.
Oh yeah.
Starlink.
Oh yeah. Mike brought me coffee. He had to drive through snow and ice.
A blizzard.
Yeah.
Is it snowing still?
Yeah, it snowed a bunch last night, and then it just all froze, and so everything's a skating rink. Luckily, he was out there alone, so.
Yeah, in case he died by himself.
Right. Yeah. Well, he meant nobody else was on the road.
Yeah.
I guess my lighting's weird, but whatever. I tried to hang up a happy birthday stash, but you can't see it.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sydney.
Because my coffee cup says it. Happy birthday.
I just don't know how your kids are so old when you're just 22.
I know, right? I just had them really early. Like in junior high. Just go with that. Morning, Scott. Thanks.
Everybody's awake.
All right, guys.
Well,
it's early
good
this morning, huh?
Yeah, it's early. It feels earlier because after the holiday, I'm kind of beat. All that sleeping and eating.
Yep. I know. I had to get out of the pajama pants this morning. I thought about wearing them on here because that's not like anybody sees, but then it made me laugh. It made me feel like one of those weather guys, you know, that is dressed for business on top.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I got sweatpants on, so
Yep.
I don't know. I want to be toasty warm.
Nice. Well, I'll put my pajamas back on when we're done here.
After this, I'm going back to bed. I'm not really feeling great.
Yeah. It's that whole holiday hangover, right?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, and you know, it's kind of cool. I watched a lot of Instagram and Facebook. So many detailers that were like, all right, this is the last detail of the year. They're taking the whole week off. I see them out enjoying time with their families. It's been great to watch that.
I should have done that. Thank you, William. I got your text this morning. That was very nice.
William, you're creepy.
William sent me an early morning text. That was nice to say happy birthday. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. You guys are troopers. It is bright and early. Well, not bright, right? It's still dark here. Bright and early somewhere. Monday morning. And this is our last Bead Maker and Coffee of the year, which is so crazy. I think we did the whole year, right?
Yeah.
I think we made it through the whole year. So we have 2021 coming to a close. And so why don't we talk about, before we get into kind of our last details, why don't we kind of talk about, you know, kind of how PNS is preparing for the end of the year, what we're looking at next year, and kind of that exciting stuff.
Okay. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I think the schedule is now up for training. We'll talk about that. So if you go to our Instagram, there's a link tree there, and you can go and see the schedule for trainings up in Hayward, which is really cool. Those are going to fill up quick, especially because now we're promoting them early. The training center is looking really good, and I think we're catching up on a lot of products and back orders and stuff. So all those items that people have been wanting are starting to roll out. Kyle's is out again. It's back in stock.
Yep. Which is super exciting.
Yeah. What else we got going on? We have our retreat and planning meeting is coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So we should mention that just so that everybody knows, PNS is actually closed right now through the end of the year, right? The factory in Hayward. Um, Everybody is at home spending time with their families. So that is closed. So maybe just if you do place an order from PNS Direct, understand there will be a little bit of a delay. And then, yes, we have our PNS team retreat right after the new year. So we are really looking forward to that. We're heading to San Francisco, which will be super fun.
Yeah, well, we can help
Hmm.
brainstorm and plan and see what everyone else has planned. If
Yep.
you go on the website, Ian did a great job of putting up a banner that says all orders will be fulfilled next
Oh,
week.
good. Good.
So that message is pretty clear on the website, which is awesome.
Good.
And well, what else do you want to talk about this morning? Are we going to go straight into our details and then
Yeah,
bring
we
up
can.
that that
Yeah.
that new product?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do that. So, why don't you talk about what you did to that truck? That thing looked great.
Uh, yeah. So my last couple weeks, I took quite a few days off for the holidays, but still had a couple things to get in. Mainly ones that I kind of had to slam in because they were new vehicles. And I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I have, I do a lot of education with my customers, right? I'm a big education person. And so for years, I've always pushed that, we have to get it protected right away. And, I have a lot of fans of ceramic coating now and stuff in my client base. And so I had two customers that both received their brand new Ram TRXs. And so one I knew it was coming, and it was actually a gentleman that worked at Dodge, so had a pretty good idea of when it was coming. And then so that one I did the Friday before Christmas, and it was white, so it was great, no problems. It had been to the beach on its maiden voyage and got buried in sand. So that was a little interesting still to be finding sand in the fender wells and stuff and all the cracks and crevices and things like that. But so the white one got inspiration, and then obviously all the stuff, inspiration on all the trim, view on the glass, turned out beautiful. The paint was actually great. Then I had a longtime customer who I've ceramic coated several of his cars send me a text the week before Christmas. I think it was actually the day I had the white one in, and he said, "Hey, I have a new TRX being delivered on Tuesday." And then he sends me a picture of it, and it was black. And I was like, "You did not just order a black TRX, did you?" So obviously, Chris, the beach is actually in Oregon. He was in Oregon. Um, and so I freak out over black vehicles, right? I do not want them out there in the world, especially in Idaho right now. We have snow, we have tons of snow melt, which our snow melt is a combination of like four different kinds of salt. Whatever it does, it just absolutely damages the cars. So that kind of worried me. And so I had to kind of put that one in literally the 23rd. So I spent, and literally it stayed here the whole weekend, and I kind of worked on it over Christmas. So I was, going out doing little steps here and there over the Christmas holiday on the Black TRX. I posted it last night on my social media, but it turned out so amazing. It had, I don't know the name of the color, but it was a black with flake, lots of flake, and the whole thing was black. It was so cool. And so that one got legend, which turned out absolutely gorgeous. The legend has some sort of ability to just bring the flake and almost change the color of the paint. I mean, it like puts it under high def filter. So that was really fun to use legend on it. It went on great. And surprisingly, that truck measured over 7 on the paint gauge everywhere, which was so bizarre. I'm not sure how that happened because the other one was like 3.6. So that was really interesting, but absolutely beautiful. Those trucks are huge, huge. It's weird because I feel like they should have the same body as the 1500, but it seems like they never end, and they're very tall. Um, So it was a lot of fun. So I got to use literally 2 TRXs, ceramic, everything head to toe. And so used the whole entire line, right? Inspiration, View, Legend, and Soul, which is always my favorite
Nice.
way to top them. So yeah, so I highly recommend if you guys have not used Soul, what is interesting, what I learned from this, and actually Keith kind of brought it to my attention. You know, I often do Legend and Soul. And what I thought was interesting is I had waited several days before I put the Soul on this truck. And Keith had pointed it out because we did it on his Audi in Portland. Is we waited a whole day till we put the Soul on, and it just is amazing how it just completely changes it. Now, Legend will be really shiny and wet and have a lot of depth, but it kind of takes a few days to cure to that point, right? We've always said that, like, it will actually become glossier and deeper. And but Soul just like speeds it up to instantaneous. And so you get that final effect once you put Soul on. And so I really noticed that on this truck because it was the first time that I had waited a couple days to put the Soul on. And man, it was insane.
Yeah,
Absolutely
the
insane.
video you posted, it was just popping. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that was some
I mean, you
deep
almost can't even
black
see the
paint.
truck, right? Because, and I mean, it just looks like a whole mirror. You can't even, it's hard to even see the lines of the truck because it was so shiny. So it was
It's
super cool.
interesting that that paint was that thick too.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. And so I kept thinking, well, maybe they resprayed this side. So we went around, we measured the whole truck. The whole thing was between 7 and 8. It was
That's
nuts.
awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I've not seen a new car like that forever. So that was good. And it obviously made it really easy to, it makes it really easy to correct. It was super easy. So literally one step, and two, this was kind of the funny thing. The truck showed up horribly dirty, which I should have posted pictures of that. But I had to remind myself that I tell my customers, tell the dealership to not touch it. Like, don't remove stickers, don't wash it, do not touch it. Like, don't even look at it when it gets off the truck. And then it's funny because I always get upset because they show up and I'm like, what is this? This is horrible. But then I have to remind myself, like you said, not to touch it. But I will say the correction and everything, it is so much easier if they don't touch it. It's a little bit more on my part to, get the stickers out of the inside of the windows and things like that. But man, if the paint has not been murdered already, makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So awesome.
Well, I got down and dirty the other day doing some body shop detailing. Someone
Mhm.
got rear-ended and spilled their coffee all over the inside of a. It was a Hyundai of some sort. It was a hybrid and
Mhm.
brand new. Car was like a couple months old. So, but the coffee was everywhere. And I had a great time using Carpet Bomber on everything. It was cold and wet and rainy outside. I didn't want to have to go back to the van. I was
Mhm.
lucky enough that after you were on the phone with me for a minute, I
Yeah.
finally found some cover from the rain.
Mhm.
But I sprayed Carpet Bomber all over the seats, all over the plastics, and I scrubbed with a little scrubby
Mhm.
um, little thing I've been playing with, and use that Scrub Ninja type material all
Mhm.
over.
Mhm.
And it did a great job of cleaning the seats, the coffee right out.
Mhm.
Even though I had the steamer out, I really didn't need it.
Mhm.
And I was super happy with Carpet Bomber. It just makes me always happy when
Yeah.
that product works well. And it was right
Mhm.
there. It's a great cleaner. So I just used it on
Mhm.
the center console.
Mhm.
I spotted a couple stains on the headliner.
Mhm.
I feel bad for this lady. I mean, there was coffee everywhere, and it had to have like whipped cream too, because like there was like white
Yeah.
coffee. Like she
Yeah.
just must have pulled right out of
Yeah.
Starbucks or something, because
Whipped cream stains too. Whipped
it
cream
was like
stains. It's
white and
crazy.
milky, and it
Hmm.
did not want to come off, and that's why
Yeah.
that scrubber material worked really really well.
Hmm.
So Carpet Bomber for the win on that. I was
That's really cool. I haven't
super
thought about
happy.
using the Scrub Ninja on the headliner. I can see where that would work really good. I've never tried that.
And well, and because this was that kind of nylon material, and what I
Hmm.
liked
Oh
about
yeah.
using the scrub material, is all the people that use a brush on a drill. If you're not careful on that nylon material, you will melt it. This was, aggressive enough to lift and remove those stains, but not aggressive enough to rip up the seat or to, because it was like, this material felt like it was plastic. So you got to be careful with some of those drill brushes that go super fast. It could have done some damage there on a brand new car, or it could have, made a pattern. So yeah, the scrub material worked great for me, and Carpet Bomber. It was on the door panels. It was on it was on everything.
Yeah.
But me and my guys were there. I had my guys doing busy work. Like I'm like, okay, clean the door jambs, do the windows, like stuff that we didn't even like sign up for.
Yeah.
As part of the body shop detail. But I'm like, hey, I literally have this section of the car to clean. You guys do all this extra stuff. Get it vacuumed. So when they're done with putting the bumper on, they can kick it out the door.
That's cool.
But yeah, scrub material and Carpet Bomber.
That's really nice that they have you do that. I've gotten some cars back from body shops that they've detailed on their own, and they're pretty scary.
Certain insurance companies, or if the customer, if there's
ask for it,
or if during the accident something happened, they have to do it, like spilled or the other thing is I do a lot of theft recoveries, so marijuana and other drugs were used in the car, and other smells have to be removed.
Yikes. Yikes. Well, cool.
All right,
good.
So
Chris, can we go back to Cameron's question real quick about the roads, because I do have an answer for that for him. So Cameron had asked, he was under the understanding that Idaho didn't use salt on their roads, and they do. So Cameron, I don't know if you were in Idaho during Snowpocalypse, which I believe was 2015 or 2016, I can't remember. Maybe early 2017. Anyway, right after Snowpocalypse, if you remember, the roads, they couldn't keep up on them. And so before that, they had stopped using salt somewhere in the early 2000s. And so after Snowpocalypse, they kind of freaked out, and they decided that they couldn't lose control of the roads like that again. So then the following year, they did go back to, and you guys are gonna have to help me here, I'm so bad with words. Is it called like magnesium chloride?
Chloride.
Yeah. Yep. So they switched to using that the next year. Then the next year, they added in solid state salt. So they actually are using two kinds of salts now. And so what I did back then when they added the solid state salt is I had sent a request to ITD, which is the Idaho Department of Transportation, and asked them exactly what they were using on the roads, because I needed to know for getting it off cars and stuff. And so they had sent me a press release. And if I can find it, I will send it to you, because it lists out everything that they're using. But when you drive on the roads and you see that blue, so they don't pull it out every single day. But if it's icy and you see that blue, that is the bad stuff. So that's what I always tell my customers. If the roads are blue, like, you got to rinse them off. So they do use two kinds of salt, solid state and the mag chloride. So if I can find that press release, I will send it to you. But yes, they absolutely do use salt now, which is horrible. And I've had cars come in where the entire rocker panels is eaten through. I had a brand new Jeep Cherokee 2 years ago where it had 4,000 miles on it, and they bought it like December 1st and never rinsed that stuff off their car, and it just ate through the paint on the rocker panels, because then we also have there's hardly any paint on the new cars. So if I can find that, I'll send that to you. But absolutely, they do use salt. Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah. Yep. So I do see them use just normal de-icer more now, but yeah, when it's blue, that's no good. No good.
Yeah, don't get that on your rims.
Yeah. Yep. And yes, Cameron, I tell my customers, like, I don't care if the car's going to get dirty again, you've got to get that stuff rinsed off. So whatever they have to do, if they have to go through the car washer, use the bottom blaster, whatever, they've got to get that stuff off, because it just is absolutely wrecks the cars. So Golden Gate North has a great question about Dreammaker. So this might be a good opportunity to talk about Dreammaker.
Ooh.
Where is it?
Hold on, we'll give Chris a second.
So, we'll answer the question. So, quick question: how long does it last on a daily driver? So, here's the deal. I think that it very much is. It's a huge answer and varies. So, it's really going to depend on what what the condition of the paint is, what the last product used on it. So, whether it's Beadmaker or ceramic or what have you, that's going to depend. And then but generally speaking, if it's truly a daily driver, it's probably going to be gone the next day. I know when I put it on my car, which is ceramic coated, it's pretty much gone the next day, which is its intent. It's just like an immediate gloss enhancer for like a show or something. On something that's sitting in the garage, it might last a couple days. But if you're driving it every day, there's not really, at least for me here, where we do have kind of that gritty air, we have, I live up in the foothills. So, we get sand and dust like crazy. And so it really doesn't last more than about a day on a daily driver.
Yeah, I've heard anything from a day to a week, depending on the car. The gloss will start to diminish after a day. But remember, it's not a protection geared product. It's simply meant for gloss. And because it's only going to last a day, if you want to keep that thing shiny with it, you're probably going to need to buy more of it. And so I know there's been a lot of requests, but Dreammaker is now available through the rag company, right? First. They have it available right now, and then all of our distributors are ready to place their orders for it now. So Dreammaker is available in a gallon. We said it was coming, and here it is. It looks really pretty in a gallon.
That's so awesome. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to get some. Sorry, my dog, she always has to go to the bathroom during this.
Oh, so. Piper.
I know. She doesn't wake up any other day, but then if I'm online, my animals are like, oh, I totally need your help. So that is so exciting. So I know that's going out right away, right? That'll be available through most of the distributors really soon.
Yeah. As soon as they get the order, when they place their order and we ship it. But right now, our distributor, the rag company, has it. They were the first ones to stock it and start selling it.
Yeah,
so that's
exciting.
From their website.
Such a pretty gallon. I love it. Love it.
So if you're a PNS fan or distributor, you probably got your email saying order. And if you want to get it right now, then go to theragcompany.com, click on the paint gloss, or the Dreammaker, the protection section is what I'm trying to say. And it's right there.
Yep. Cool. That'll be fun. I know everybody's been waiting for that. So O Bailey asks, is ONR a degreaser? No.
No.
So if not, what would you use to get grease off a tractor? I know what my favorite answer is, but what's yours?
You're going to say Tempest.
Yep.
Tempest will destroy grease. It's a great product for it. Just like with anything, though, make sure you don't I don't know what color the tractor or the condition of the tractor's in, but you want to make sure that you don't have that kind of product streaking. So start from the bottom of the grease and work your way up. Allow it to dwell, and then I don't know if you're going to wipe it off. I don't know how much grease we're talking about, but if it's really clumped on grease, I've taken shop towels before to wipe off the majority of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm going to toss them.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to let grease go all over the ground and down the drain. So I'm trying to take it and throw it in the garbage.
Yep. Yeah, same. I would try to remove most of the grease. And then, one thing I found that works really well is if the tractor, like Kyle said, is a little bit older or sun faded, you want to be really careful. So one good option might be to use an IK foamer. And Tempest actually works really great in an IK foamer, but that's going to give you a little bit more dwell time without like the dripping, and the possible staining of the oxidized paint. So you could try that too. I love foaming. I've done a couple tractors and I primarily try to use foam with everything. You get a little bit better dwell time. So for sure, and actually I have a funny video on my Instagram. It's quite a while ago, but where I foamed the whole tractor with brake buster, actually. The big old tires. Because I was like, I'm not spraying for days on these. So I used the iPace sprayer on the tractor, which was really cool. It was an orange Kubota. All right. Next question. We've got, gosh, sorry, this light is in my eyes and I can't read the name. So sorry. Merry Christmas. Just a mobile question. In the Northeast, the temperatures go down below 40 degrees. What is the recommended limit coldest temperature for install? I'm assuming he's meaning
it's Bead Maker.
Oh, Bead Maker. Okay.
Oh, it's a Bead Maker.
Okay. Yep. So what's the recommendation on Bead Maker? And that will be for you, Kyle, because you work outside. Well, not in 40 degrees, but
it's not 40 degrees very often here. It's been that way, a couple times this week. But when you put Bead Maker on, if it's really cold and a lot of humidity outside, it's harder for it to dry.
Yeah.
So temperature wise, I'd say I've done it in 50, 55 degrees, but low humidity. So it kind of depends on how wet it is outside. If it's foggy, really cold and damp, then you're going to be using a lot of towels to blend it in, because you want it to sit, you want it to cross-link and bond, and then wipe it away. So if you are able to get it into a garage and it's dry, that's probably ideal for that temperature. Even if it's your own garage and you have a dehumidifier or heater, you just want it to be able to dry. Otherwise, it's just going to leave it wet everywhere. The only other way that would work is if you wash the vehicle, you sprayed Bead Maker on everything, kept it wet, and then rinsed off the Bead Maker and dried it. But that's another method you could do to ensure if you wanted to blow it dry.
Yeah, and I was gonna comment very similar, is that I would say, I mean, my garage doesn't get super cold because I have a heater and I keep the door shut, but there's been a couple times this winter actually that I've noticed the behavior of it, where if it's really cold and I've left the garage door open and I use Bead Maker on a dry vehicle, and I notice it especially on the windows, but I know it's doing the same thing on the paint, is that it will like fog up. It looks, like fog, and it's kind of wet, and I'll, freak out and keep chasing it. And what I learned is that if you apply it and it does that, just leave it. Like, it'll be fine once the car warms up and once, it dries. You don't need to keep trying to wipe the condensation off. But that will definitely happen if it's too cold. So if you can get the Bead Maker all the way worked in and you've got like a good final wipe, you don't need to keep wiping it. If you're getting condensation, it's fine. But like Kyle said, I think the biggest thing there is try to apply it when the vehicle's wet. And that's what I do most of the time anyway. And so if you put it on while it's wet, and whether you rinse it or you just immediately dry it, I think either way you're going to be fine. But for whatever reason, the way that it works with the water and drying it, you don't get that condensation feedback. So you can try doing it that way too. The other thing is, like when it's really hot, you can try spraying it on the towel first versus the surface. The biggest challenge you're going to have is if the vehicle's panels stay cold. If they're really cold, that's going to be your challenge. So like when it's really hot, you can try spraying it on the towel first, and you might get better results that way as well. Because again, if the steel is too hot and you're spraying it directly on the panel, that's where you can definitely have some weird curing, streaking issues. So
yeah, we're not worried about Bead Maker actually curing. We're worried about the haze and the condensation buildup. And not allowing it to dry. It's kind of the same thing with windows.
Yeah.
And when it's cold out and very, wet and damp, it's hard to clean windows in the cold. It leaves them foggy. So.
Yep.
Can I point out the coolest part of this question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually was able to use the symbol for degrees, on 40 degrees
Oh
there.
yeah, how'd you do that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
Me either. Good point.
Anyway.
Good
Look at my
catch. Yeah,
keyboard
that's
trying to
cool.
figure it
I got to
out.
figure that out because we talk about degrees a lot. So I got to figure out how to do that. That's really cool. Okay, so Steve says, I am a new car enthusiast located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I began my journey based on watching Obsessed Garage. That said, I'm interested in locating a good detailer in Charlotte. Any suggestions? Oh, where is Jamie? Isn't he near there?
I'll tell you, I actually sent this guy already links to the IDA and to the Detail Mafia.
Okay, cool.
To help him out, but
cool.
I didn't actually go and look. So, is it North Carolina? Is that what he said?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yep. Charlotte.
Feel like I know we have a couple, but I feel like Jamie's probably the closest.
I'm getting there. I'm looking right now. Problem is I can't find Charlotte. There it is. Nobody directly in Charlotte, but Jamie Buchanan is in Morganton, North Carolina, which doesn't look too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I don't know the area well.
Yeah. Those two resources is exactly what I would have suggested. Either the Detail Mafia's locator or the International Detailing Association. Both are going to have professional detailers, people who are qualified, people who are, and what you want to make sure is they're either certified detailers or skills verified detailers, because that means they didn't just pay for membership, but they've actually taken tests to prove that they know their stuff.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, that's an awesome resource. All right. So again, I can't. Car Washer says, just bought a bunch of PNS products: Bead Maker, Pearl for rinseless, interior cleaner, and Epic waterless wash. Will Epic ever be available in a concentrate? I don't believe so.
Epic is a ready to use product.
Yeah.
You can dilute it a little bit if it was like really hot out and you wanted a thinner product.
Yeah.
But it works great as it is. So Epic is available in gallons and larger quantities. You can get in gallons and 5s if you're looking to get more product. But I think it's really good as is. It's not something I'd want to dilute down a lot. I mean, maybe 1-to-1, but
maybe 1-to-1 for like light door jamb cleaning or something like that. But it's a pretty cost-effective product. So, especially check out the cost in gallons and stuff. And so you can definitely get it in the bigger quantities. But it's great just ready to use. The only time I dilute it is maybe if you're just doing door jams or something like that with it. But excellent. But I love Epic. Epic is awesome. So Alex did come in with the we can wait to go. I was just going to follow up on the degree symbol, but we can wait.
Oh, we can do that real quick.
So Alex is letting us know for the degree symbol, you hold down I'm assuming that's the 0 on the iPhone button keyboard when typing, and the degree symbol pops up. So similar to the little hashes and stuff. So it's either the 0 or the O. That might actually be the O. That actually might be the O. So we'll try that. That's awesome. Thank you, Alex, for letting us know that. All right. So next one, Steve says, as a DIY, any tips on how to keep iron buster from staining concrete driveway and how to remove the potential stain? Kyle, I believe you've had this.
So sorry, I was looking at the O sign.
That's okay. Iron buster, staining concrete and how to remove it.
Yeah.
How do you keep it from it?
Oh, so keep it from staining.
We'll keep it, and then how would you remove the stain if you did get one?
You're going to power wash the whole area to remove it, because it's cleaning the iron that's in the concrete. So it's not just a stain. It's actually cleaning and like staining it reversed. So What I do when I use Iron Buster on a nice driveway, or I try and pull the car down in the street if it's like a super high end, concrete or pavers, but you can wet it down and keep the ground wet.
Yeah.
That will help. You could put some sort of mat under the tire if you wanted. That would help also. But yeah, as long as when you're rinsing it, you rinse it away right away, don't let it dry, it should be fine. I've done Iron Buster on a very high end, very picky customer's driveway before, and there's no way I could do it in the street because they lived off of like a main street. And all I did was I actually just let their garden hose run um, under the vehicle while I was using it, and I just rinsed it all the way away. So as long as you don't let it hit dry concrete or you keep it diluted by thinning it out, you should be fine. But if you do stain, bust out the floor power washer and you're gonna have to power wash it because unless you want to completely cover the whole driveway in Iron Buster, you're gonna have to completely clean it.
So I learned a trick last year at our car show here. If you guys remember, we had that ambulance parked over there on that, by the fire station, and the ambulance dropped some oil. And so we used dry concrete mix. So just like don't wet
I
it, you
rubbed it
just
on.
dry, and you sprinkle it over, let it sit for a while, and then use like one of those gold bristle brushes. What are those called? Like, the steel brushes, and just scrub, scrub, scrub. And the concrete mix absorbed all the oil, pulled it up, and then you just like blow it away or sweep it away. I mean, you're just, like sprinkling it, kind of like you would kitty litter or something. And it totally worked. So that might be an option too for removing, if you leave stains from Iron Buster or anything else. But, like Kyle said, prevention's best, which is just wetting down the concrete. But I learned that trick last year, which I thought was pretty cool. It worked really good.
Just like the same thing would work for, say you were using an acid, like a wheel acid or an acid to remove water spots, wet down the ground around it, because when it drips down, it's gonna leave drip marks. So you want to it's the same idea, just protecting the concrete.
Yep. Great question though. That does come up a lot. Okay, so Michael Scher, which I believe I saw earlier, he's maybe in Bend, Oregon. What PNS ceramic coating can I use in unheated garages, if any? It's 18 degrees out. So I'm assuming if it's 18 degrees out, the garage itself probably is not 18 degrees. It might be 40, 50 or so. I know that's about what mine gets down to here, maybe 50 because mine is still insulated. But so if the garage is below, I'm going to say like, the actual garage is below like 50 degrees, you're going to want to really, use a heater. You're going to get much better results because you've got to get that steel heated up, right? So I highly recommend using a space heater to warm up the garage so that the steel starts to come up a little bit. And then, but if the garage is that cold and the car is that cold, I'm not sure I would try to use anything besides Sol, honestly. Sol's pretty workable in both, cold and heat. Inspiration, you might be okay. I mean, a lot of it's just going to be testing. Every condition is going to be different. But I still think that when using any ceramic, if you can be using a space heater, you're just going to have better, workability, and you're going to get a better result. So find a nice space heater. I use one in my garage. It's like an infrared, heat tech or something like that, and it works great. Heats up the garage super fast. Like I can't even leave it running. It usually takes about 30 minutes to heat up my garage, and then I shut it off, and then I just keep all the doors shut, and it stays, warm enough, long enough, for the appointment. So find a good space heater.
Coating it would be, which coating would you decide on?
I mean, if you can't, then you can use any, as long as you can keep the garage at a good temperature, you can use any of them. And even Legend might even be a little bit less finicky in cold than inspiration. Inspiration just has such a fast flash that you can definitely do it, but you're going to, crunch down your areas on how large of an area you're working with, just to make sure that it's, because if the panel's really cold, you could definitely have some wipe off issues. And in that case, I would probably counteract that with using, going back to the wet towel method and maybe using it warm, having warm water versus just regular temperature water. So you might want to just play around with that. But if you can't get it warm, I would maybe stick with Soul. But otherwise, inspiration or legend. And again, you're just going to have to kind of depend on the car, how cold the car is. Was it kept in the garage overnight? Was the car sitting out in 18 degrees? It's really more the temperature of the car versus the garage.
Yeah.
So always when I have a coating job scheduled, that is my first question to them right now during the winter time is, will the car be able to be in the garage the night before it comes to my house? If they don't have the ability to do that, I have them drop it off the night before, because I don't want that car to be parked out in 18 degrees overnight, because it's going to take me a lot longer to be able to start working on it.
I know Alex in Alaska, he details when it's snowing and freezing out.
Right.
And there's snow on the vehicles. They have to pull it into their bay, melt the snow off, literally let it sit overnight and thaw them out. And then he has radiant heating throughout the shop, so it warms it up. But you got to thaw the car out and make sure that the paint needs to be in that 40 to 55 degrees for it to have decent results. So I have another question I wanted to get to exactly. Any plans on revamping Playmaker? Love this product and have achieved great results as an all-in-one package to the customers, but upon following up a month later, notice the durability isn't lasting. Playmaker has gone through some revisions that you probably didn't even know about. Over time, it's been improved, and I have one of the newer improved bottles, and the cut in it is better, the finish is better. There's a lot less dusting, and one thing I haven't noticed yet is the durability. But usually when I use Playmaker, I always give a light bead maker on top as I'm wiping it away. So I like to stack that product and protect with bead maker. One reason is because I'm charging a customer for a one step, and I consider that polish the step, and I still want to put protection down. So I think it'll just last longer that way. But if you haven't yet, it's made its way already through. Pick up a fresher bottle of Playmaker, and you'll really like the results. I like it a lot better.
It's come a long way. And same thing, just like Kyle, try removing the Playmaker with Bead Maker. It makes a huge difference. Makes it a lot easier to wipe off, and then it does leave behind just a little bit more protection. So awesome. All right, we've got Marco saying, how would one prep for Legend Soul application? Currently, there's a spray on it like Bead Maker.
I would always polish. If there's a spray on there, it's going to come off really easy with a light polish. You could use something like Deep Finish. You could use Envy. But I always recommend polishing to prep surfaces to remove any waxes and stuff. I feel like it abrades the surface, and the coating's going to last longer.
So this is like Legend is already on it with a coat of like Bead Maker or something, and he wants to put Soul on, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant how would he prep for Legend.
I'd still polish.
I'd
still do a light buzz, even if it's a finishing pad and a couple no pressure passes. It's going to cleanse that top layer and allow the Legend to bond with the Soul.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah,
going to
and-
remove legend with a light polish.
Right. Yep, you'll be good. Yep, just buzz over it. Cool.
Thanks. That made a lot more sense.
All right, Cameron, Sydney, and Kyle, I'm really looking forward to the Hidden Springs show again. Beautiful venue and setup. Thank you. And we have it all revamped for this year. We're super excited. It's going to be an awesome show. And Cameron, we haven't released this yet, but I'll tell you here, we did move the date to June 18th. So mark that down on your calendar. The crew will be here again. And yes, we are so excited. We've already started the planning process, which is crazy, but it'll be here before we know it. So we will look forward to seeing you. If I remember right, which forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, that Cameron has that lifted truck that was out in the
that was
orchard.
his the Toyota?
Yes.
That was cool.
Yep. Yeah.
By the way, this is Keith in response to the
Yeah.
question earlier about finding a detailer. We forgot that that the inspiration installer
the inspiration website
would
yeah
have
yeah
detailers on it too.
Yeah, good. So the inspiration, so for those that don't know, we have an inspiration website, which Chris, you might have to tell us what the address is, but and on there you can look up authorized inspiration installers, and so that is another resource to find a detailer. So that is great. Precise vehicle reconditioning in Charlotte.
And Sydney, our friend Bill from Orange County, he said he didn't make it to Bead Maker and Coffee to say happy birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
I read his comment yesterday on Instagram.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't see that. That's so nice. Thanks, Bill. If you watch this replay, thank you. I appreciate it. Very cool.
Hey, if you got a minute here,
yeah,
I have a few people that I brought in today. I want to share with you here.
Oh, hey, Ian. Hi,
hello.
Steve. Oh, look, everybody. Hi, Riddy. Oh, look, everybody's here.
Well, Prentice's chair is there.
It's a big day, Sydney. We couldn't miss it.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hi, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Decided to bring a few friends.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's quite the
That's so
snow
nice.
you got outside your backyard there.
Yeah, we got like I don't know, 3 or 4 inches last night. Mike had to drive through the snow and ice to get my coffee this morning.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, that's a good background.
Of course you do. Look at that, Prentice. How the heck?
How are you?
He stayed up
Hi,
late
Prentice.
figuring that out.
What's that?
I said that background's
I
pretty
think Chris
cool.
put that in. That's like an overlay. It looks
Oh,
good.
that's funny.
Yeah, it landed on top of Prentice a little bit there, but he's good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Is
Oh,
Prentice
well,
the only
thank you,
one
everybody,
that
for joining.
requested
That's
the balloons,
so
Chris?
nice.
I'll be the court jester.
It's amazing because you're the same age as my wife. You're 29.
I know. I know. So young.
Are you doing anything fun for your birthday today, Sydney?
You know, I never do. So, I mean, we'll go to dinner. You know, here's the thing. To have a birthday 2 days after Christmas, like nobody wants to get together anymore. Nobody wants to go out. Nobody has any money left. So generally it's not a good day to have a birthday. But, you know, my kids are all about it and they're like, what are we going to do? So we'll go to dinner. We might, you know, go shopping to the stores that have nothing left. So, but I'm going to put my pajama bottoms back on after this and go back to bed for a little bit. That's exciting. I don't have to work. So that's a gift in itself. So
Give you a little hint. You didn't have to change them to begin with. All we see is from here up.
no, remember I had to let the dog out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you guys are all here. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's your little birthday surprise.
A little birthday party. That's so nice.
We had to organize this a little bit in advance and get everybody up early.
I bet. Geez, sorry.
We're going to do the same thing as you. We're going to go put our pajama bottoms back on and go to bed.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Enjoy the new year.
Yeah.
Rennie had to go out across the street to the shop, so he
Yeah,
can
no,
only
yeah.
actually left the house.
You got to commute.
Yeah, too. Did you have to walk through the snow?
I did the Barney rubble on the way out here because we took it, we plowed, and we shoveled yesterday, and it turned into some ice. And
Yeah.
if there would have been a video camera, I didn't hit the ground, but it came that close.
Yeah. Oh
The
gosh.
Rebel Shuffle. I love that.
The Rebel Shuffle. That's too funny. That's too funny.
Happy birthday to you. Have a great day.
Thank
whatever
you.
guys are doing, and go get your nap this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys all next week. So excited.
Is it next week or week after? I don't know.
Week after.
Next week.
Ish. Yeah.
Week from Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week. She's on it.
Cool.
Adam Garvin said
Adam Garvin,
in
if
a
we
limo.
were closer, we'd be in a limo.
In a limo. Yeah. That would be awesome.
That's
That
what
would be
Adam
awesome.
Garvin
Adam,
said.
you're gonna have to bring the
I think-
limo to the car show. That would be
I think
so
the limo
fun.
was grounded this week. We got 3 inches of snow, so it's not moving.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I did
I don't
see
know
a
if
sneaky
that
video
limo
of
would
you,
be
Keith. Somebody
would be
sent me a
good
video
driving
of you
around
doing
hitting
donuts in the
trains.
golf cart yesterday.
That might or might not have happened. I don't know. You can't prove it.
I saw it.
Watch out. They blow up as easy as Subarus.
I know. Well, that was the message I got. Is he gonna break this thing?
Yeah. It's not too hard to do.
That golf
Well, it
cart's
is
done a
red,
many of
so
donuts in its lifetime.
Candidate for getting destroyed. So
Too
Well, this
funny.
worked out great. All the questions answered, and got to say happy birthday. We
thank you,
all
everyone.
really do appreciate you, Sydney. So thanks for everything you do.
Thank you.
and thanks for being on your
Absolutely,
birthday. You know,
Sydney.
most superstars take the day off on their birthday.
Yeah.
So,
Nah.
Chris, where's
Yeah,
Dave?
up early.
Oh, there he is. Sorry.
He's there.
I didn't see you.
Dave's being
Yeah.
quiet as usual.
Hey, did
I
you guys
just-
see,
yeah.
Oh, it's like the Brady Bunch.
you guys
Yeah.
see what Matt Gibbs said down in he's down in Australia. They're having a heat wave right now.
Oh gosh.
Here we are.
Yeah, well, it's summer there.
Yeah, it's he says it's pretty warm. So Matt, stay cool.
Yeah. I'm ready for the snow to go away. But it's kind of fun for today. There's a lot out there.
It's going to rain again today down here. It's been raining nonstop for us.
Yeah, up here too. I just woke up this morning and I think I'm getting tired of this. It was good for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys send
Yeah,
the storms down to us.
Such fair weather detailers, I tell you.
I told William Lara that our rain that we had on Christmas Eve and Christmas was about as close as we get to a white Christmas here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White up in
We
the
had a
mountains.
white Christmas. That's funny. I have a car tomorrow scheduled, the snow's supposed to stick around, but I think she only lives about 3 houses away, so it should work out okay. It'll be good.
70 degrees in Kansas. Holy
Oh
cow.
my god. What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's funky out there right now. It's going to be 80s in that
was-
lower half of the country.
I can see
It's 43 degrees here today. That's odd for us.
Kyle is wearing his pajama bottoms.
I am. I got my sweatpants on.
It does feel like
I'm
the
not
Brady
looking
Bunch.
up.
I almost put my Christmas pajamas back on, but I'm like, no, I'll just wear my black sweatpants. Kind of the the colors.
I do have shorts
funny.
on that.
Well, hey, Cynthia says we're the Hollywood Square, so that makes Bob Paul Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Paul Lynn doesn't have any audio right now, so
Right.
Uh-oh.
You know, occasionally
Yeah.
I'm Paul
Now
Lynn.
it's Rennie. That's funny.
I'm not looking up.
Oh, now Rennie's Paul Lynn.
Look at that. Everybody's moving around.
That's so funny.
Hey, hey, Chris, can you screenshot this?
I'm gonna rub British
Screenshot it and I'll smile.
That's
scalp
funny.
massage, British.
Let me see. All right, everybody smile. There we go.
Cool.
That's awesome.
I think Bob, do you got audio again?
I'm back.
Okay,
Yeah, I lost it for a second. Now I got the balloon.
Yay.
He got upgraded.
That's funny.
Bob's in the
Uh-oh.
Phyllis Diller Square.
Bob's signal is a little bit weak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, Zach,
I'm in the
you're
dungeon.
joining the fun.
I'm in the farthest point of my house away from my
Well, everybody's sleeping. I mean, my wife loves these Monday mornings because I kick her out of my office is in the bedroom, so I kick her out of the bedroom at like 6:15.
Oh no, that's so funny. She doesn't want to lay and listen to us.
There's usually like a swear word, then Sydney's name, another swear word, then Kyle's name.
Uh-oh.
We're used to it.
Kyle and Sydney, doesn't that make you guys feel extra special for inviting Chris on to host now?
Yeah. It makes me wonder what's said before he goes live.
Hey, Bob's the one that said, "Hey, do Bead Maker and coffee. Let's keep it rolling." I'm digging it.
Keep it rolling.
Samantha wants us to replicate the Brady Bunch. So does anybody know the old song?
Here's the story.
Let's just sing Happy
I
Birthday.
just remember they like look at each other like all weird.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So that makes
A little bit creepy.
Rennie in the Alice slot, right? Isn't that where Alice was?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
And who's Cindy?
I can move you guys around.
Okay, here's a
sweat.
dose of reality. Ian's
Oh
going,
gosh.
what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
He
What are you
doesn't know what the
talking
Brady
about?
Bunch is.
I know the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, but
It's
Marsha.
it's a rerun.
Ian, we're gonna have to
Hey,
catch you
yeah,
up on the
true.
Brady Bunch.
Doesn't mark.
Hey, Zach, you're on right now. Go ahead and take a look outside of Sydney's because that's your future with all that snow.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit worse, huh?
Hey, I don't mind. I'll survive.
Yep, it's great.
Well, as
The
I
good
said
news
before,
for Chris is that the minis, they do well in the snow. So that's the good thing for
There
you.
you go.
yeah.
Uh-oh, we lost Bob again.
Well, as I've said before, Chris, that whole moving thing, it's kind of fun. You should give it a try.
Yeah.
I know. I'm working on it.
I mean, as you can see, my office walls have nothing up on them. And I can't find my ring light, and but I still got a pod to go, so we'll find it.
That's
There you
so
go.
funny. That's
Hey,
awesome.
Keith can take this question.
What's the question?
Michael says, can I get some credentials for my ceramic coating certification?
You can. If you were in our recent class, I just got the list from Craig last week. I'm working on that. So if you went to our recent class, I'll get the certificates out this week. If you didn't, you can apply on inspirationcoating.com. Click on the installer tab and click become an installer. There you go. And that's the website, by the way, guys, inspirationcoating.com. And that'll cover you for Inspiration, Legend. Soul is not a warrantyable coating, but it is certainly, one that we will get you a certificate for. That's part of the family of coatings as part of that authorized installer program.
Cool. Awesome. Oh yes, he says he was at Northwest Auto Accessories. So yes, you'll see that this week then.
Yeah, I got the list last week, and it's all handwritten, so I'm interpreting some email addresses.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good deal.
Well,
All right.
Bob, we announced Dream Maker in a Gallon, so have fun.
Oh yeah, it's we have in stock, so that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
you
send
should
everyone
direct
to the
that
rad
to
company until all of our other
direct
partners
that
get it.
comment to actually Dave, because he's the one who gets to fill them all. His team.
Yep.
Oh, great.
We did
And
give
actually,
everybody a
next
heads
week-
up that PNS is closed till after the 1st, so no pressure.
Well, I know what we'll be doing on the 6th.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Filling gallons.
Yep.
Michael's good.
Yeah,
seeing
that really
you.
has a nice glow behind it. That's a nice picture.
Yeah. The other one with the
Awesome.
white background that is on the rad company's website, it looks lighter, but it's really pretty in a white room.
Yeah.
I can smell it from here, just looking at
I
it.
know, right? It has
Yep.
that emotional response, doesn't it? Love it.
does.
I love it.
I'm
Did you guys see
surprised you're
my
not wearing an-
my birthday girl stash? This is a funny story. I tried to hang it up. You can't really see it, but it's a funny story. I asked Delaney, my 16-year-old, do you have anything like a birthday hat? And she brings down like several sashes for me to choose from. Like she had a lot to choose from. Some lit up, some sparkled. I was like, I'm not even going to ask why you have so many birthday girl sashes.
Well, why
It's very
aren't you
funny.
wearing it?
Well, because you wouldn't be able to see it. So I thought I would hang it up, but you can't really see it either. So, you know. But it's back there. It says birthday girl.
Yeah, as I remember, the girls used to do a lot at school for their birthdays. There was all sorts of stuff. There was a whole balloon parade. I mean, there was like endless things. People brought things for each other. It was pretty elaborate.
Yeah, she was like, I have hats, but they were like leopard cowgirl hats. And I was like, yeah, no. Pink cowgirl hats. It was, yeah.
That's the difference between boys and girls.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, my leopard cowboy hat wasn't pink. Just standard color, but you can borrow it, Chris.
Yeah. That's funny.
I can borrow it.
Yeah, we'll get you a leopard cowboy hat since you've never had one. Every guy needs a leopard cowboy hat for his birthday.
Yeah, especially if you're going to come to Idaho. It's a thing here.
There you go.
Leopard, huh?
We'll call you I don't know, instead of the Lion King, the Leopard King.
Oh yeah. That's so funny.
I can't rock that. I couldn't pull it off.
I know a guy
we're
in
at an
Texas
hour.
who might be able to pull it off with a onesie.
Sydney and Kyle, you want to wrap stuff up?
Yeah. I was going to say, hey, Chris, the one thing we learned about this, we know how to take all the energy and direction out of Beadmaker. You had 6 people plus Sydney and Kyle, right?
And the bonus is it happens once a year.
Whether more people came on or not, or it completely dived, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm glad it worked.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for coming on. That's so nice. I very much appreciate it.
Well, it's been a great year of Beadmaker and Coffee, a great year with our team. So thank you all. Yeah. And happy birthday, Sydney. I hope you have a great day. Just relaxing.
I will. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, you guys, for coming on again. This was awesome. And also just a great way to end out the year. And we will see everybody next year. And you guys are awesome.
Happy birthday, Sydney.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.